Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to start this new segment that I have called like draw and discuss, or discuss and draw. I don't know which one flows better, but I'll figure it out when the time comes. So basically I just want to like draw, I guess, I want to draw while talking about a topic that either like I've dealt with, or a topic that I've like done research on or like heard about, and I just want to share it. And so today's topic, I actually want to talk about social media. And I was like doing research on like all these facts and all this stuff, and then I was like, I don't really need facts when I know how I'm feeling. I don't need someone to tell me how I feel when I just feel it for myself, you know? So basically, I did want to show you, I'm not drawing today, I'm actually coloring. So I want to show you what I was coloring. This is what I colored last week. Very fun. And then actually this is what I'm coloring now. So actually like my agenda is a coloring book, but which I think is like really interesting. But I actually really love it. There's like crossword puzzles and all that stuff too. Also, fun fact, I'm in a library. But I'm sitting in a room by myself and I'm actually just vibing. Like, this room is so tiny, but I'm vibing. So one of the first things that I wanted to ask is like, is social media really worth it in your life? Like, if social media is something that you feel like has a stronghold over your life and you feel like you have no self-control over, is it really worth it? Like, I would do those things like where you put like self-timers on your phone and you'd be like, oh, I can only go on this app for like 1 hour, and I would never succeed. And if people can do that, like, actually good for them, because to be honest, I would see that and I'd be like 15 more minutes, and then I'd be like, actually 1 more hour, and then I'd be like, oh, just forget it for the day, you know? And for me personally, I just feel like I had like no self-control when it came to social media. And then I would go look at my screen time and I would be spending like 8 hours on TikTok, and like a day span, or even in a week span, that's like a lot, you know? And there's like so many other things that you could be doing instead of just like scrolling through social media. Like, for example, you could be coloring and filming a YouTube video in a room by yourself, living your best life. Also, there's someone coughing a lot, and they're coughing a good bit, so. Anyways, but I did have some points that I wanted to add in. I've never done a video where I really just like sit down and talk, but I'm just trying to get out. So, oh yeah, so Michael Todd actually said something. He's a pastor of a church called Transformation Church. I definitely recommend watching him. But he said something the other day about his sermon about faith. And he said, don't let facts erode your faith. And that doesn't really have anything to do with social media, but I kind of like switched the wording. So I was going to say, like, don't let facts stop you from doing like what you believe is right. And so like, if you do all this research and you're like, well, social media only affects this many amount of people, or like social media only affects people that like are doubtful or like anxious with their lives, like, no. If you feel in your heart personally, like, don't think like, oh, I'm this confident queen, I'm this confident king, and I can do with that, because like at the end of the day, it could really get to you. And like, I feel like I'm a pretty confident person in like a humble way, I guess. I feel like, I don't know if it's bad to say you're a confident person, but I feel like I'm a pretty like confident person. But I would go on social media and I would see things and it would just really ruin my day. Like, it would just ruin my day. It would have me just thinking. I'd be like, oh, like, why isn't my hair as pretty as hers? Or like, why don't I look as pretty as her? Or why don't I dress as cool as her? Like, why isn't my car that cool? Like, it makes you thinking about stuff that like you really don't care about, and then it makes you care about all these random crap. Like, there were so many things that I did not care about, and then I would go on social media and I'd be like, all of a sudden I really do care about that, you know? And so for me personally, I just feel like it was really unhealthy, and I know that a lot of people struggle with comparison on social media. And if you deal with that, I want you to ask yourself again, is it really worth it? You know, like, is it really worth comparing yourself to these people? And not only that, but scrolling through these videos and pictures for hours and hours, is it ever really worth it? Okay, another point that Michael Todd said in his thing that I also really liked, he said imagination is the engine of your faith, which also has nothing to do with social media really. But I made a quote for myself, and I said, your mental health is the engine of how you truly care about and treat others. It's like, basically, if you're not doing well mentally, a lot of the times it can reflect on others, because like if you're upset about a situation, then like it can be reflected onto others, and then you can get upset with other people, get mad at other people, and just like spread bad vibes, and that's not good. And so basically, I wanted to ask, like, if your mental health is the engine of how you truly care about others and how you treat others, then like what kind of car is your mental health driving? If that makes sense. Hopefully it does, because when I heard it, when he asked like what kind of car is your faith driving, I was like, ooh. So yeah, what kind of car would your mental health be driving? Because there's definitely a time when my mental health was driving Tow Mater from the movie Cars, based off me just dealing with things and putting all these unnecessary things in my life. So that's another thing I wanted to ask. And then honestly, so another thing that I wanted to put in, so I heard someone say one time that like you are not meant to keep up with the life of like hundreds or thousands of people, and that can be very draining. And I think that that's actually really, really true. Because if you think about it, on social media, you're following like hundreds of thousands of people. You're finding out all the personal things of their life. You're finding out like when a family member dies, and like, of course, that is like very important. But you're finding out all these multiple things that it's just a lot on your brain. It's a lot to have all this destruction, to see all the bad things going on in the world. I don't think that we as humans were ever meant to bear or carry that much. Because there are times where I have like gone on like social media and I've seen like police shootings, or like I've seen like all these crazy things, and it literally wrecks my day. And I think that it's important to learn about it, but if you are like me and maybe you just can't handle all of that, and it has you thinking about it for the rest of the day, and it has you looking at people differently, then I would really recommend just like taking a break and stepping away, or at least not spending so much time like looking at those things, because social media can be like really toxic. And like there's been times where I have like gone like back on social media and like I've seen something and I'm just like, dang, like I really used to be on here every day, and I would spend hours on here every day. Like people can be like really rude, and like I would look at stuff and I'd like laugh and I'd be like, oh, like that's like a funny like mean comment. But now I'm just like, geez, like that's a little pushing it, you know, kind of far. Yeah, you just gotta be careful, because people can be like really rude on social media, and it can be like, oh, I'm playing around, but it can actually turn out to be like really mean and really harsh. I don't know how good of a multitasker I am, but hopefully everything that I'm saying is making sense. Oh, okay, this is one good thing. Do not discredit apps. Okay, so like for me personally, I was like, okay, like the biggest apps that I struggle with are like Snapchat. I was like, I don't want to get rid of my streaks. Like some of my streaks are like at like 500, like that's just a lot. I was like, I don't want to delete TikTok. Like I'm just now like getting followers on TikTok. I literally only have like 300, but still, it was still something, you know. I was like, I'm just now like getting followers on TikTok. Like I enjoy TikTok dances. I enjoy watching videos for countless hours, just sitting in my bed instead of like going out and doing things. And I was like, oh yeah, those are the apps that I struggle with. And I actually heard this lady say, she was basically saying the same thing, like don't discredit apps. And honestly, like one of the apps that I had the biggest problem with was Pinterest, because I would spend so much time on it and I'd be like, oh my gosh, like actually wouldn't it be cute if like my room looked like this, or wouldn't it be cute if my agenda was this organized, or if my closet was this organized, you know? And then it puts all these things in your head and you're just like, oh well, actually like I'm not good enough for this, and I'm not doing a good enough job in life. And so I heard this lady actually talk about Pinterest, and I was like, that is so interesting, because in the back of my mind I was like, it's just Pinterest. I was like, how could Pinterest, an app like that, affect me? So based on that, I just want to say don't discredit apps. Like don't discredit, because like Pinterest is still like a social media platform, because you can still like comment and share. Oh, YouTube also is too, but I feel like I've never had like an issue with YouTube, so that's why I like to post on YouTube and I like to watch on YouTube, because I feel like I have self-control with it. But like Pinterest, like I deleted my social media apps. But like Pinterest, I've like deleted and then I've re-downloaded it, and then I've been stuck in the same situation. And so I just want to let you know that if you get the smallest little seed of maybe this isn't for me, it's okay to get rid of it. Just because all your friends have social media and all your friends are posting these life updates, you can call them. I'm sure you're watching it on your phone, and I'm sure you have your friends' phone numbers, so you can call them or text them. You know, I texted a friend from high school. Well, it wasn't recently. I think it was like last year, but I graduated the year before last. and we texted for a little bit because like she knows that I don't have social media, and it made the connection like so much more special. And I had this other friend from high school actually too, and we like will FaceTime and we'll text and we'll conversate because she knows that I don't have social media, so she knows that she's not getting like the life updates from me, and vice versa, I'm not getting them from her. But it makes it so much more special because it's like one-on-one and I'm getting the full details. I'm not just getting stuff from like this little post, you know. And so like honestly, at first, like when I deleted social media, I only planned on doing it for like a short amount of time, like just to see how things were. Trust me, I was not happy about it. I was definitely happy about it. It was definitely discernment. Because if I could decide, I would probably be scrolling on TikTok right now rather than coloring and filming this YouTube video. To be 100% honest, I would be dying laughing. I would be like, I'm so serious. I literally would right now. But it was definitely discernment from the Holy Spirit to just get rid of my social media, and it was discernment for a long time. And I was like, no, it's just social media. It doesn't affect me that much. But now, like, I just feel like so much happier. It's just so freeing. And so if you feel like social media is holding you captive, I would just recommend deleting it. All you have to do is try. All you have to do is try. And if you care about your Snapchat streaks like that, then you can have someone else keep them for you for like a week or a month. You know, just try it. Maybe it's not for you. And I don't think social media is bad. I really think that I like when people use it for good. And when they are educating people, that's one thing that I really love about social media, like the education aspect. I just think that sometimes things can be taken too far, or sometimes people have too much fun, or sometimes people get caught up in comparison, which I feel like is a huge thing. I mean, if anything, like there's like trends. There's literally a word called trends where we all just try to hop on the same train and be on like the same wave, you know? So I just want to encourage you that if social media is mentally draining you, taking a lot of your time, and just making you not happy and leaving you sitting there anxious and thinking about things for hours that you shouldn't be caught up in, and if you are keeping up with the life of thousands or hundreds of people based on your followings, I think it's time to let it go. You don't have to talk to every single person that you ever met before. I know it can be hard, but you don't have to. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna continue to color this, and then I am going to show the end result. So yay, I hope that you guys have a really awesome day. I really hope that you guys do. I hope that today is just a productive day for you. So yeah, bye guys. By the way, maybe the multitask thing isn't working for me because this is literally all I got done. Literally, I've used one color, but I just feel like it was a cool concept, like draw and or color and I don't want to say color and conversate, okay? I want to say draw and discuss, not disgust. Anyways, I'll show you guys when it's done again. Bye. Okay, also one more thing. As I was like, I just watched just like the most like recent clip that I just took, and I watched like 5 seconds of it because it was like really short, and I noticed that I can like either be like really dry and monotone or like really animated. And so if I'm ever dry, it's never like an attitude. It's just like, I don't know. It's like weird because like I feel it. Like I feel myself talking sometimes and I'm just like, yeah. And there's other times where I'm just like, you know. So my personality is just really, so I don't know if you caught on to that because either, like I said, I'm just, or, so there's really no in between. There's really no in between, I feel like, so. Bye again for like the 3rd time. I haven't even showed you my coloring yet, so is it really bye? Probably not.